Hello, and welcome back to Knowledge on the Go Wit and Wisdom Virtual Lessons. As you remember, my name is Mary Lou Lopez, and I'm one of your teachers for this virtual lesson experience. Today, I'm so excited to be learning with Part 2 of Lesson 4, Grade 5, Module 4, Breaking Barriers. As you recall, in part 1 of this lesson, we reflected on how Squeaky changed by the end of Raymond's run, especially in her views of herself and others. We connected those ideas to broader themes or messages in the story, and articulated themes related to the power of sports. We also reflected on how the text in this learning arc built our knowledge about the power of sports, especially to affect the way we view others. Before we get started, let's make sure we have all the materials we'll need to learn. For this lesson, you will need a pencil or something to write with, your journal, Assessment 4B Focusing Question Task 1, Handout 2B Raymond's Run, and Handout 2C, Fluency. Remember, you can access lesson handouts and assessment resources under Student Downloads beneath the lesson videos on the Knowledge on the Go page on the Great Minds website. If you don't have access to the handouts, that's okay. We will review the assessment task together during the lesson. Go ahead and pause the video now if you need to get any materials or need time to get organized for learning. In our focusing question arc, we have been exploring the question, how can sports affect the way we view others? In this final lesson, our first learning arc, you will have a chance to demonstrate your learning by completing Focusing Question Task 1. Let's take a look at Focusing Question Task 1 together to make sure you understand what it asks you to do. If you have a copy of Assessment 4A available in the Student Downloads, you can review the task on that handout. If not, don't worry, we'll review it together. Follow along with me as I read aloud the introduction. Nelson Mandela once said that sport has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. In the short story, Raymond's Run, how does Squeaky's perspective toward her rival Gretchen or her brother Raymond change after the race? How does she come to understand Gretchen or Raymond in a new way as a result of running this race? Now take a moment to silently read the task. Pause and think, in your own words, what is the task asking you to do? Let's review it together. For this task, you will choose either Gretchen or Raymond. Write a paragraph to explain how Squeaky's perspective changes towards this character by the end of the race, and how she comes to understand this character in a new way as a result of the race. Support your ideas with evidence from Raymond's Run. How do you think writing about Squeaky's perspective change will deepen your understanding of the power of sports? In Lesson 3, we gathered evidence of Squeaky's view of Raymond and Gretchen at the beginning of the story, as well as at the end. You elaborated on each piece of evidence to explain how it shows Squeaky's views. At the end of Lesson 3, you had a chance to review your evidence and choose whether to write about how Squeaky views of Raymond or Gretchen changes. You put a star next to the evidence organizer for that character. Then, I want you to turn to this evidence organizer now in your journal. Before you begin writing, it is important to make sure you have the evidence you need and that you've thought through what it means. Take a few minutes now to review your evidence organizer with these questions in mind. Have you recorded 1 to 2 pieces of strong evidence to show Squeaky's views of your character before and after the race? Have you elaborated on each piece of evidence to explain its significance? Pause the video and take a few minutes to review your notes and add any new ideas you gain through our work with theme. If needed, you can reread parts of the story on handout 2B or replay the read out louds in the videos from Lesson 3. Now, it's time to create a response to your focusing question Task 1. Let's review the success criteria before you get started. Be sure that your paragraph opens with a topic statement that explains how Squeaky's perspective towards Raymond or Gretchen changes by the end of the race. Develop your topic statement with relevant evidence from Raymond's run that shows Squeaky's perspective before and after the race. Be sure your paragraph includes elaboration to explain how the evidence shows Squeaky's new understanding of the character as a result of the race, and closes with a concluding statement that reinforces your main idea. Go ahead and pause the video and create your response to focusing question Task 1. Take as much time as you need. Use your evidence organizer and any other notes to help you develop your ideas. After you complete the task, check your work using the success criteria on this slide. The criteria are also listed at the bottom of Assessment 4A handout. Restart the lesson video once you've completed focusing question Task 1. Review your response and check your work for these success criteria. Good luck! For homework, I invite you to complete the fluency practice on handout 2C. You can find the link for this handout under the lesson videos in the student downloads. This is a great opportunity for you to practice your reading fluency and to have fun bringing Squeaky's character to life with your own voice. Congratulations on completing the first learning arc of Module 4. In the next lessons, you will begin exploring a new focusing question. How can sports create opportunities for change? In this learning arc, you are going to read We Are the Ship by Kadir Nelson, which tells the story of the Negro Leagues and all those who made it possible for Jackie Robinson to integrate into the major leagues and end decades of segregation in baseball. You will also learn about the role of research in writing about a topic by looking at how Kadir Nelson used research in his book. Later in the module, you will conduct your own research on a topic related to breaking barriers and the power of sports. Contact us at info@greatminds.org if you have any questions or need support. Thank you for learning together today and in the last few lessons. Take care.